Class 7, Chapter 2, A Gift of Chappals. A Gift of Chappals is a story about a young girl in Madras called Mridu. One day, she goes to visit her aunt Rukumani to meet her cousins Lali, Ravi and Meena. Now let's read the lesson. A smiling Rukumani threw open the door. Ravi and Meena rushed out, and Ravi pulled Mridu into the house. "Wait, let me take off my slippers," protested Mridu. So Mridu comes to Auntie's house. The cousins are there, and they are all so happy to see her, and so they rush out and pull her inside. She does not even have time to remove her chappals, her slippers. Remove her slippers because she is getting inside the house of somebody. "Wait, let me take off my slippers," protested Mridu. She set them out neatly near a pair of large black ones. There was another pair of slippers. Those were grey, actually with dust, grey-colored chappal. And this grey color is not its real color, it is grey with dust. You could see the clear mark of every toe on the front part of each slipper. The marks for the two big toes were long and scrawny. So, you can see the marks of the toes on the slippers. It means the slipper is not new. The marks for the two big toes were long and scrawny. Scrawny means thin. Mridu did not have much time to wonder about whose slippers they were, because Ravi dragged her into the backyard behind a thick bitterberry bush. So the slippers were there, and she did not even have time to ask who or wonder who the slippers belonged to, because she was dragged into the backyard by Ravi behind a thick bitterberry bush. There, inside a torn football lined with sacking and filled with sand, lay a very small kitten lapping up milk from a coconut half shell. So why did Ravi pull her behind a bitterberry bush? Ravi is so excited to show her something. What is that thing? A kitten. Where was the kitten? It was inside a torn football, lined with sacking and filled with sand. Sacking means rough cloth, which can be, it can be used as a sack. And it was filled with sand. And the kitten was there lapping up milk, drinking milk from a coconut half shell. "We found him outside the gate this morning." So where was the kitten found? The kitten was found outside the gate. He was mewing and mewing, poor thing. Mewing and mewing means he was making that call. Poor thing. Who said? Said Meena. See, this is a kitten, and this is a football where the kitten was kept. So what did Meena say? Poor thing. It's a secret. Amma says Pati will leave for a Padu Mama's house if she knows we have a cat. So Pati is going to leave. Pati, who is Pati? Grandmother in Tamil. So Pati is going to leave for Padu Mama's house if she knows that there was a kitten or a cat in the house. That means she doesn't like those animals in the house. People are always telling us to be kind to animals, but when we are, they scream. "Oh, don't bring that dirty creature here," said Ravi. See, this is true. People say that we should be kind to animals, but are we really kind to animals? Some people cannot stand the sight of these animals. They think they are dirty and they don't want to be with them. See, Ravi says, "Oh, don't bring that dirty creature here." So he's mimicking. Do you know how hard it is just to get a little milk from the kitten? That means to get milk for the kitten from the kitchen. It is a very difficult thing. It is a very hard thing, very difficult thing. Pati saw me with a glass in my hand just now. I told her I am very hungry. I want to drink it. But the way she looked at me, I had to drink most of it to throw her off the scent. Then she wanted the tumbler back. See, the children have to get milk for the kitten. And in order to get milk from the kitten, they have to pretend that they were hungry, they wanted to drink, and just to throw them off the scent. Means to mislead her so that she won't understand the real purpose. What is the real purpose? The real purpose is to feed the kitten. So in order to make her feel that it's got nothing to do with feeding a kettle, Ravi had to drink almost half of it. Did he really want to drink? No, he didn't. But just to throw her off the scent, he had to drink almost half of it. And then she wanted the tumbler back. That means if she gets the tumbler back, Ravi has to drink the entire content of the milk, and that way the kitten will not have anything to drink. So she wanted the tumbler back. Pati, I'll wash it myself. Why should I put you to trouble? I told her. So this is very, diplomatic of Ravi. He says, well, I'm going to clean it. I will not put you into trouble of washing and cleaning the tumbler. I will do it myself. I had to run and pour the milk into this coconut shell and then run back and wash the tumbler and put it back before she got really suspicious. So he had to rush to the backyard, give milk to the, pour milk in the coconut shell, and has to rush back and clean the tumbler. Now we have to think of some other way to feed Mahendran. So it's very difficult to find milk for, milk is there, but it is difficult to get milk for Mahendran. Mahendran? Who is Mahendran? Mahendran. This little kitty's name is Mahendran. Mridu was impressed. It was a real name, not just a cute kitty cat name. So it is a real name, like a name you give to somebody, human being, Mahendran. It is not a cat name. It is not like a cat's name. Cat name, kitty cat name means those normal names which is given to cat and kittens. Actually, his full name is Mahendra Varma Pallava Punai. MP Punai for short, if you like. So to make it more, human-like, to make the name more real, he says, actually it is Mahendra Varma Pallava Punai, MP Punai for short. So the cat has been given such a long and beautiful human-like name. He is a fine breed of cat. Just look at his fur, like a lion's mane. So the fur of the cat is like a lion's mane, rich, thick. And you know what the emblem of the ancient Pallava kings was? Don't you? He looked expectantly at Mridu. Mridu giggled. Think I'm joking? Well, just wait. I'll show you something. It's clear you don't know a thing about history. Haven't been to Mahabalipuram? So, where is Mahabalipuram? Mahabalipuram is in Tamil Nadu. Okay. So, he says, well, haven't been to Mahabalipuram, have you? You have never been there and you don't know anything about history. I'll tell you. Just wait, I will tell you. Well, when a class went to Mahabalipuram, when our class went to Mahabalipuram, I saw a statue of his tatas, etc., etc. What is a tata? Grandfather. So grandfathers, 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 grandfathers. Fact is, Mahendran here is descended from that very same ancient cat. A close relative, scientifically speaking, of none other than the lion. So Ravi is trying to bring that little kitten very close to a lion, which is the emblem of the Pallava dynasty. A close relative, scientifically speaking, of none other than the lion, the Pallava lion emblem of the Pallava dynasty. Ravi went on walking around a bitter berry bush, waving a twig up and down. He was holding a twig. He was catching a twig up and down, his eyes sparkling. This cat is descendant of none other than the Mahabalipuram Rishi cat. So this is a descendant of the Rishi cat. And if I may just remind you, they worship cats in ancient Egypt. So Ravi is giving a lot of information to the two. Okay. How he loved the sound of his own voice. Meena and Mridu exchanged looks. See, how he loved the sound of his own voice. He loves the sound of his own voice. Why? Because he knows that he is so informative. He is giving all kinds of information to the two, and the two were looking at him, and they are taking everything that he says about history. What does that have to do with anything? Mridu demanded. I'm telling you, this cat is descended from the Egyptian cat god. No, goddess, bastard. Yeah, that's it. So? Well, one of the descendants of that cat goddess was a stowaway in one of the Pallava ships, and his descendant was the Mahabalipuram Rishi cat, whose descendant is... So, ultimately, the ancestor of this little kitten goes to Egyptian goddess. Okay? And one of the descendants of that cat goddess was in the Pallava ships, and it came to Mahabalipuram, and that descendant, and his descendant was the Mahabalipuram Rishi cat, whose descendant is, he was going to continue. Ravi flourished his twig at Mahendran. MP Punna here, oop, eek, he shrieked, very pleased with himself. So he has a twig. A twig is a small branch, not branch actually, a branch of the branch, very small. So he was flourishing it. He said, MP Punai here, whoop, eek. Mahendran looked up, alarmed. So Mahendran is alarmed. Let's see why. He had just been sharpening his claws on the edge of the coconut shell. You must have seen how cats sharpen their claws on rugs, on sacks. So he is doing the same thing on the coconut shell. But worse than Ravi's awful whoop-eek was a screech. There was some other sound from the window. What a weird sound, what a strange sound. If Mridu was startled, MP Punai was frightened out of his wit. So that sound, that shrieking sound, screech sound, startled Mridu. And the same sound frightened MP Punai. MP Punai, Mahendran. Mahendran, the kitten. Hair standing on, he bounced up and scurried towards the bamboo tray of red chilies that had been set out to dry. So out of fear, this little kitten bounced up and scurried towards a tray, bamboo tray, where the red chilies are dried. Trying to hide beneath it, he tipped a few chilies over himself. Meow, he howled miserably. So he was trying to hide from the sound under the bamboo tree, and he tipped the bamboo tray and spilled the red chilies over him. The creaking went on and on. What's that noise? Said Mridu. So it continued. That's Lali trying to play violin, grunted Ravi. So Lali was trying to play violin, but it was not the sweet sound of the violin. She'll never learn a thing. The music master just goes on playing like a train whistling on and on, while Lali is all the time derailing, going completely off track. See how Ravi is comparing the sound, comparing the music of the music master, how music master plays a violin and how Lali plays a violin. How does music master play the violin? It is like a train whizzing on and on smoothly. All right, but when Lali plays it, it is just like the train derailing, having an accident. Okay, so it shows that we have a music master here, and Lali is there with him trying to play violin. Okay, now we are going to do up to here for today, and for homework I will give you 2 questions. Okay, what did the children find in the backyard? You have to write it down in your notebook. What did the children find in the backyard? And next question is, why did the children want to keep the presence of the kitten a secret? Okay, please do the homework, write it and send it through the WhatsApp. I'm going to write a question on the WhatsApp again and send it to you. Okay, thank you for today. Please don't forget to do the homework. Good day.